This is Emeka Ezra, and this is the Redeemed podcast where we talk about our past lives before we met Christ. I hope no one is listening, but if you are, please keep it to yourself.
Hey guys, Wagwan, how you doing? How are you doing? How was your week? How was your week? How was your week? How was your week? Mine was wonderful, as always. And happy Friday. I'm always excited when it's Friday. I'm always excited, not because I get to rest, but because most likely this is when like I work more intensely than any other day in a week. But wonderful Friday. Um I just want to answer one question quickly, and I'm out of your way. I'm out of your way. Last year I received a random call. You know, I just want to say I think my private number is everywhere in Abuja, but as of now, it's something that just I think I think about every now and then. If I knew or if I could talk to my younger self, I would tell myself probably 4 years ago, you don't have to put your number everywhere. You don't have to give everybody your number. You can have a call on Instagram. You can just schedule for a call on Google Meet. But the deed is done. I got a random call last year, and it was from that someone else had given them my number. She didn't say who the person was. So she said she wants to tell me something. She wants to ask me some questions. I'm like, okay, what's the question you want to ask me? And she says, um, she's dating somebody, and she's dating a guy, and this guy is a drug addict, right? He's a drug addict. He has told his parents had caught him one time, but like at the moment they think he is free from the drug addiction, but he's not. Sometimes he goes off, sometimes he's moody, he doesn't call her in a long time, then he just sort of resurfaces and stuff like that. And she doesn't know what to do. How can she help him? That's what she says. How can she help him? And I'm like, okay. So because the first thing I get to do is to investigate. I'm like, okay, where are you right now in this relationship? What's going on? And she begins to tell me, oh, the horrible things that this guy has done. Some things that he has done here, there. And I'm like, okay, why have you not left? Because he has done some things that are borderline wrong. And I'm like, wait, why have you not left the relationship? And she says she doesn't know. She just loves the boy. She just wants to help him. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, I think, you know, the best way to help him is to at least let him start attending church. And he says, that's the thing, oh, he doesn't even want to attend church, that he's just lying to everybody. He will tell you today, he will attend, and this is the thing with drug addiction. Many people that are, afflicted with a drug addiction, probably cocaine, whatever the name is, they lie a lot. They lie a lot. In my short time of dealing with these kinds of cases, they lie a lot. A lot. So the lady was just telling me how the guy has lied over time, and I'm like, I now came back to the point, like, why have you not left the relationship? And she kept quiet. And I asked, have you people have had sex? Are you people sexually active? And she just paused and she said yes. And I'm like, that's a problem. First, you have a problem first. I wanted her to see that, okay, that you at this point you have a problem. The guy too has a problem. But the way to solve these issues or this issue is to separate the both of you. Is to separate the both of you, because the guy needs time alone to heal. The guy needs time alone to be healed from his addiction. And this is what a lot of people in relationships do not understand. They always ask the question, "Oh, my spouse is in a pornographic relationship." Or I say relationship. My spouse is, yeah, well, it's a relationship. My spouse is in a pornography addiction, or my spouse has an addiction. How can I help them? They are in love. They want to help their significant other. But when you tell them, now I'm not talking about marriage, by the way. I'm talking about just maybe you're dating this person, when you tell these people that are dating each other, the best way you can help someone in an addiction is to let them be. The best way to heal from an addiction, to get better, is to do it single. This is something a lot of people don't want to hear. You need to be whole. You need to be whole for you to be joined to another person completely. A lot of people do not understand this. That for you to be healed when it comes to addictions, you need to be single. Especially because finding your identity is not something you do when you are booed up. It's something you do when you are single. Knowing or understanding purpose is not something you do when you are. It's not something that is easily done when you are married or booed up. Let me not say it's impossible, but it's not easily done. Because the journey of identity, or the journey of knowing who you are in Christ Jesus, is a journey that should be done when you are single, because it's easy that way. It's easy that way. When you tell them, guy, you need to give this person space, they say lie. I'm not doing that. And later on you see the repercussion of not being single and fighting the addiction then alone themselves. But let me talk to my married folks, for a while. It is possible to help your spouse that is in an addiction, probably pornography addiction. Probably you're saying, evangelist or sir or Emeka, my husband is in a pornography addiction. Or you're saying, sir, my wife is in a pornography addiction or another kind of addiction. See, the way to help such a person is to emphasize on the person's identity in Christ Jesus. Is to emphasize on the person's identity in Christ Jesus and keep the person accountable to community. First, you need to understand that by reason of the relationship you have with the person as a marriage partner or married partners, you have become the person's primary accountability partner. Right? You have become the person's primary accountability partner. Now, being the person's primary accountability partner, it doesn't end there. You need to make sure that your spouse that is in an addiction also has or will also have a secondary accountability partner. A secondary accountability partner. That might be the person you and your partner respects, honors, or someone that can help, they probably a course, that he or she can go to and say, hey, this is what I'm struggling with. But you have to be the primary person to help this person go off. Let me give you an example. A lot of people do not understand the reason why many men of God, do not have, and I'm saying men of God as male servants of God, do not have women as their secretaries, PAs, and the rest. And this is because a lot of them had probably previously had a history, or they had triggers with, or they had a history probably, um or let me just use this word, they had part of their triggers is probably women. They are giving easily to what they see. And one of the ways they caution that appetite, not just by praying and fasting, but is by setting structures. One of those structures is marriage. Marriage was a structure for them. You would see um someone, a beautiful marriage that I really admire, right? Is Pastor Paul Eneche. For those of you that know him, he's a global minister. Pastor Paul Eneche and his wife, Pastor Becky Eneche. Dr. Paul Eneche and Dr. Becky Eneche's family, wonderful. She goes with him every single place he goes to. Yeah, if he's going to minister in America, she's there with him. See, let me tell you, apart from the fact that that is a way to show love between themselves like partners, it is also a way of being accountable. Yes, it's also structures to keep yourself accountable. Do you understand? This is what saves you. So, my dear friend, one of the ways to help your partner, that is if you're married, that is struggling from an addiction, first, the both of you should discuss structure. You are as the free partner that is not addicted should understand that you are his or her primary accountability partner, and you should help him keep or her keep a healthy community. Help him or her keep a healthy community, right? The both of you should discuss structures. But if you are not married to this person, I advise you, yes, I advise you that the both of you sit apart for a while. Until this is conquered, for at least 6 months to a year. I know what I'm saying, Sha, but some of you will say, "Oh, it's not that deep," So since it's not that deep, you can go ahead. You can go ahead. But we've come to the end. See you next Friday. Like I told you, I'm going to be consistent. I've been consistent now. Have I not? See you next Friday. I just want to ask that those of you that have been blessed by this podcast, I ask that you share. I ask that you like. I ask that you leave a comment, like a review. Give us a 5-star review if you can, if it has blessed you that much. And if you can, if you can partner with us financially, please do. There are a lot of things we want to put in place. We would love to, at some point, travel, to hold conferences on addiction in some universities that are hard to reach for now. Even come to your city, right? And if you need help, I'm always a click of a button away. I'm on Instagram. My name is Emeka Ezra _. You can always find me, send me a message, and I will help you. God bless you.